Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Smay, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how to save money before college. It's important that we all save money, and especially if, we're going into college and the amount of debt that you might be thinking about getting into, it's a lot. And, sometimes your parents might be paying for it or helping pay for it, but for those of us who aren't lucky enough to have support, a lot of support, or any support, that is all on us. This is a perfect video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about how to make more money. I'm going to be talking about how to save more money. And I'm going to be talking about setting goals because it's important in saving money. I think it is. If you guys think also, make sure to comment. I think setting goals is super important when you're thinking about, reaching a certain point in your life, whether that be financially or whatever else, sports, whatever it is you guys are into. But specifically, when we're talking about saving money, it's a special mentality that you have to go into it. And I think anybody can do it. I do it myself, and I don't think I'm that special. I think you guys can do it. But you guys definitely have to set your mind into it. You guys have to want it. So let's get into this video. I'm excited to talk about it. Let's talk about the first step in saving money before college. And that step is to work more. Now, that might sound like, over summarizing or over generalizing it, but you guys have to want to work more, whether that be a lot of money or for a little money. You guys just have to gradually start somewhere, right? Everyone has to start somewhere. So let's start. For example, I'll give you a little story of how I started working more. Back in high school, I wanted to save more money, even though I wasn't sure about going to college. But I knew that I had to save money. So I worked multiple jobs. I've been working since I was 15. I worked at multiple restaurants, and in every restaurant that I've worked at, anytime that I needed more money, and I wanted to work more and needed to work more or need money, I asked my managers, I asked my coworkers, hey, can I pick up your shifts? Hey, can I pick up more shifts, manager? And sometimes they say no, sometimes they say yes, but at least you're putting it out there, out into the universe, so that it comes to you, and it's always on the forefront of your mind that you want to do it. That is a goal of yours. So that's the first step, and you guys have to want to work more, because if you're not going to enjoy working more, you're probably going to easily give up, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to reach your goal. And we're going to be talking about setting goals and all of that later in the video, so stay tuned. But what I mean when I say work more is basically you have to find other streams of income, multiple streams of income, or increase your one stream of income, and you have to get creative. You have to really, really look around you and think about, where's the money being made? Where can I make money, right? So where I made money was at my job, where I could tangibly work harder, work more days, work more hours. Now, some days I didn't make a lot of money, even though I worked more days. Some days as a server in a restaurant, you don't make as much money if it's a slow day. So you can be working more days, but it doesn't really mean that you're gonna be making more money. So you guys definitely have to keep that in mind, that you just have to keep pushing through it and get creative. So when I say get creative, I mean maybe start a side hustle. When I was in middle school, I really got creative. I sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I washed my brother's clothes. I said it once and I'll say it again. I used to wash my brother's clothes for $5. That's how creative I was. So how creative can you guys get in making money? So I think you guys get the point of, you have to work more. And if you guys don't have a job, I suggest reaching out to your friends, to your peers, to family even who own businesses, or to your neighbors, whatever it is, whoever you have to contact. Make sure, you can do something, get a job, work at their store, help them, and get paid. You have to start somewhere. So if you get paid a little bit, it's okay. Start somewhere and work your way up. And with all that in mind, you guys know what you guys have to do now. So with that in mind, thinking about, working more and all that, let's get into actually saving money, right? The act of actually putting it somewhere and not just spending it, right? So what we're basically going to be talking about is spending less and saving more. Now, a lot of my friends, and I am at fault of this sometimes, I spend money on food. A lot of people I know spend money on food, and it's really easy to spend money on food, especially when you can justify it by saying the food is really good, it's worth it. Or clothes, justifying it by saying it's really looks nice. And for those of you who have car payments, you can justify it by saying like smiles per miles. Gas gets expensive, but if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. Now, if we're in those situations, we have to look at it as, what do we want to do now, right? If you guys are watching this video, I think you guys want to save more money. So, in terms of saving money, can you, skip out on that meal at that dinner with your friends that's costs way more than it should ever cost? Or should you, drive wasteless miles for no reason and just emitting CO2 for no reason, and wasting gas money, because gas is not getting cheaper, guys. By the way, gas is ridiculous. The average now, I believe, is $3.25 in the United States per gallon. So it's ridiculous. And I drive a lot for work, so I know, guys. So with that, I'm trying to say, if you guys don't have to do something, don't have to get the meal, don't have to drive, don't do it. The small things really do add up. And that's just, saying don't spend, right? Now, what is it that you should absolutely do? Save. So you can cut back on your spending. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be saving it correctly or the right amount. And of course, there's expenses you have to spend on, living expenses, bills, whatever it is, helping your family pay for things. I understand, I get it, but we have to think about what we need and what we just want. And sometimes what you want costs a lot more than you think in the long term, especially when you're paying hundreds of dollars on dinners every weekend, and then 5 years later you're in college debt and you don't know where to find money to pay it. It's that bad. It can get that bad, but we don't have to get there. So we can prepare ahead of time. And if you guys are in high school, or you guys starting college, or in the middle of it, I think these are all great things that we can keep in mind in terms of saving money. Let's talk about, saving money, right? So what do you guys think is a good amount to save? 50%, 40%? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think is a good amount to save. I personally save more than 75% of my money. And before you guys hate on me, before you guys go into the comment section and say that's impossible, I do have to say I don't have a lot of expenses myself. And the only time I do spend is on food, on gas. Saving money, I think we should be saving at least 50%. At least. I think if you're not saving 50% of your money, you either have obligations or you're not very smart with your money. And I think we can get a lot more smart with our money. I think, especially in college, it's really enticing when, there's food trucks everywhere on your campus, or there's restaurants right around the corner from your college. Whatever it is, you're hanging out with friends, and it's, peer pressure. You kind of have to go to dinner. You don't want to seem like the guy who doesn't have money, or the girl that doesn't have money. And it's perfectly okay to finally tell your friends, like, hey guys, I need to save some more money. I can't, eat Korean barbecue with you guys every week. It's just gonna kill me. Like I mean, financially and physically, I can't do it. You guys understand what I'm trying to say. We have to cut back on our expenses and save more. So by spending less, you should naturally save more. And when you get into the mentality of spending less, saving more becomes actually naturally easier. Take it from me, guys. I used to spend money, any money I got from my parents, I would just spend it, and no idea where it went. Clothes, food, dates, whatever, it was gone, right? But once I found out that if I saved more or I spent less, it would actually benefit me kind of, because it actually put me in a mindset where I was like, if I spend less, I'll have more money. And if I save these, residual, over time, if I save it, eventually, if I want to buy something big, like a camera or something that costs a lot more, I can actually do it. Like, it happens, guys. It naturally happens. I'm glad that we were able to talk about saving more, spending less, and also working more earlier in the video, because something that I noticed is that when you actually work more, when you work more jobs and you get creative on how to make more money, you actually don't have time to spend money. If you're the type of person who works 5 days a week or 6 days a week, and your friends don't work as often as you or don't work at all, you guys can see that they'll ask you to hang out more often than you do because you're too busy making money and not spending money. So it's also, it's pushing you into having more money rather than spending more money. And you don't have time. Trust me, you don't have time to spend too much money when you're busy making money. And it comes naturally. And you guys can see it at the top. Billionaires, they're so, Elon Musk, they're so focused on their work. They sleep in their office. Now, how does he have time to, do anything, spend money except, on his business to make more money? And that's something that you guys can think about too. Getting creative. Like, the more money you make, you can make more money by investing it, lending it out to friends and getting interest, whatever it is. You guys will get creative the more you want money, the more you work for it. And I think as long as you guys want it, you guys are going to get it. So let's move on to the last point that's going to help you guys, that helped me save money, and that is setting goals. So I suggest that, you guys all start writing down your goals, and here we go. I already hear myself saying it. It's like, how would I ever write it down? Like, who has time to write it down, right? I don't even want to open my notes section. My phone writes things down sometimes, and I get it. I was that person, but now I actually write it down. I can't find my notebook right now, but I write everything down. I write, everything I'm gonna do today, and all my goals for the day and for the month. And I always have it on mind of how much I want to make or how much I want to get to. So if you guys have a certain amount that you guys want to save up for college, for any expenses that you guys have, definitely make sure you have it on your mind at the very least. And it definitely helps when you write it down. Try it. Write it down. See if it works. If it doesn't work, let me know. I think it works. I know a lot of people it works. The very act of writing it down kind of puts out into the universe, and it's really strange. It's not something you can really explain scientifically, but in your mind, when you put it out into physical existence, like you want something, you don't want a Ferrari. When you see it, you test drive it, eventually you might get it. Most likely, eventually, if you want it that bad, you will get it. Now, if you want to save $10,000 before graduating high school, like I did, write it down, and it happens. It really happens, just because that's all you're focused on. That's your goal. Like when you're playing video games, you want to reach a certain level before you stop, or you want to get a certain amount of kills before you stop. When you reach it, you stop, and you're grinding until you get to that point, right? And I get it. That's exactly how I am with anything I do. Playing games, working, and it works, guys. I'm telling you. Setting goals, writing it down, and if you guys don't want to write it down, at least just tell yourself. Think about it. Like, what do I want to get to? That why am I working, right? What is the goal? What is the end goal? When is it? When is it going to be enough? And then once you reach that goal, you can set another one. There's no one's going to say your goal is too small. As long as you set your goals and you reach them, or you're working your hardest to reach them, I think you're going to get there. And I think this applies to not only, college students, high school students. This applies to middle school students, people who are in the midst of their careers, like I am. I'm a full-time real estate agent, and this still applies to me. I every single day I'm told by my mentor to write it down. Write what you want. Write the goal. Know your why. Know why you want it. And also, know what you want. And that's really about it, guys. It's really not that hard to save money. You guys really just have to change how you think about money and how you think about getting money. And I think it's really attainable. You guys just have to work more, spend less, save more, get creative with how to make money, and then, setting those goals, making sure you guys have what you want in mind. And I'm sure you guys are going to be able to attain it. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys for, wanting to save money. And I think that's a start to being financially free, whether, you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or if you're just a teenager. I was once that kid. I still feel like a kid sometimes, thinking about saving money. It never gets old. I'm telling you guys, wanting money since a young age till now, I don't think, when I'm a millionaire, it'll be enough. So make sure to set goals. Make sure to set new goals if you reach them. And with that, guys, stay humble, stay hungry.